Welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. As you will see, this is a general update rather than specifically about the diesel depot. You can see that I started doing ballasting on the back track. In fact, I've done this along the furthest bit, the hardest bit to get to, because of the console that's in the way. So over the top of the width of the 3-foot width of the board, I've also sort of got to get over a foot long console here. It makes it very difficult. There's a lot of rubbish on it at the minute, but so I thought I'd get the furthest bit done out of the way. So I've ballasted the track and I've done a bit of scenery. The scenery is still drying, so it should dry a bit lighter than that. And also, of course, I've got to weather the track, as I've got to do it all over the whole layout. But yeah, I'm just doing it gradually at the moment. My idea is that you can see it's a bit darker. Perhaps I'll bring it round. Yeah, I've done a sort of patch there that is a bit darker. It's on old waste ground, a bit of cinders underneath it, etc., from previous use. Behind the other side of the track, it's just ordinary scenery. As I say, it will hopefully dry a bit lighter, darker. It's still got the glue drying on it at the moment. I'm waiting for a fence of some sort to put at the back, and then I'll do that. I've also got to put some scenery on this front bit. You can see that all the wood has been painted all the way along now. My lovely wife came up and did that when I was doing some work on something else for me. So the brown is all completed, painted. I've got to decide what to do here. Theoretically, I'd like to put a fence on it to make it more sort of, and a gate, but the problem is in O gauge the fence is going to be quite high, and I think if I put the fence along the front, and it's just going to be too difficult to stretch across and uncouple things, and it's just going to get in the way. So I think I'll just put a fence along the back as if it's going to go out and off scene, and then in front of the concrete I'll just put some more rough ground. And then of course I've got to ballast this section here. You can see I've got two extra buffers that I fitted. They've all got to be sprayed, cleaned up a bit. I've still got to cut the little bits off the front of the buffers. I think the next thing will be, at the moment, is the platform. I'm just in the middle of finishing off the painting on that. Once I get that in position, I can ballast that last track at the back, and then come across and work out what I'm going to do here. But obviously working back to front is a lot easier. I don't want to stretch across work I've already done. So I'll do a bit more and come back and show you what I've done. So see you shortly. As you can see, I've done a little bit more work. I've glued down the supports for the sleeper decking, so they're all in position, which allowed me to do the ballast for the track that feeds them. And then I've put some cinders in between the two sets of ballast, just a base layer, just to change, give it a bit of colour. I don't want it all looking quite the same, so that's the base colour for it. I need to, that's not glued down, so I need to glue it down. That's the next job. Once that's glued down, then I'm probably going to add some more greenery and bits and pieces to the cinders in between the track, and I'll put some soil down between the ballast, between the supports for the deck, because nothing would really grow under there, and I'm just going to leave it as if it's mud underneath with a little bit of greenery perhaps. And I'm now deliberating what to put between the track and the supports, whether to put a bit more strip of concrete there or the foam board in real life, but would that make any goods easier to get from one end here to the other? I'm not sure, so I'm going to see what it looks like, set all the ballast and the greenery, come back to that. So I'll come back later, see you shortly. Okay, well I've done a little bit more. You'll see that I've done a bit more greenery between the two back tracks, so that puts a bit of greenery into the scene as well. I've also decided to put some more concrete hard standing along here. Obviously it's still got to be weathered a bit. I've got a bit of glue on at this end, which I'm not too worried about, because when I was weighting it down, the weights had a bit of glue on unknown to me, and I can't get it off, so I'll have to weather that in. As I say, I'm not too worried about that. That's got to be the whole platform, the whole concrete area is going to be weathered a bit more, so that will blend in a bit better. The dock, or the platform, whatever you want to call it, that's not glued down. The top of it's not glued down yet, but what I've done underneath, I'll show you down here. I've put mainly mud underneath it because not a lot of greenery would grow. Perhaps on the edges I've put some plants, but not too much. I've also started laying the ballast in between the tracks and everything here. This is going to be quite a long job, and it's going to look a bit bland at the start of it because it's all going to be the same colour. It's going to be quite a large area, but once that's weathered in, I'll probably end up spraying it and weathering the track and the ballast as well. Hopefully that'll look a bit better. Yeah, I mean the ballast is going to come all the way along here. I might put touches of grass or greenery in it just to break up the colour. Not too much around the oil, the fuel, diesel refueling part bits, but yeah, along here, haven't really decided what I'm going to do along this bit here, but all of this will be pretty straightforward ballasting. So I'm going to get on with that now. I'll probably put this this video up before it gets too long, and then that gives me a bit of time to get on with this ballasting under less of a time restraint, I suppose. There's some steps to go on the end of the platform, but I can't put those there until I've actually glued the top of the platform down, and I was leaving that until I've made sure all the earth underneath had set and looked okay. I'll probably get on with that as well. There's lots of little jobs that are going to be done, but the main job now is to lay the rest of the ballast across and see what that looks like. So that's about it for this video, so thanks for watching, and obviously you can ask any questions, any comments, and feel free to subscribe if you wish. So before I get me tongue tied too much more, I'll leave it at that. So thanks again, and bye for now. Bye.